What is good, you guys? Welcome back to the Heat Report, and the Miami Heat are back to playing basketball today against the Boston Celtics. A rematch of the Eastern Conference Finals. Should be a great game. And yeah, I'm so excited for this game, man, because we haven't really, no disrespect to every other team we've faced, but we haven't really faced like a real test apart from the Bucks. And I think the Celtics will be a real test as to whether a lot of things. So like whether our starting lineup will be working, or like the new look starting lineup, obviously with Kelly Olynyk, and if Eric Spoelstra is going to run with that, whether we can still limit our turnovers, which we have done in the recent games. We haven't been turning the ball over as much, which is really good, really encouraging to see. And yeah, whether the new rotation coming off the bench can also contribute like they did against the Thunder, because we have 7 players right now averaging double figures in scoring, which is absolutely exceptional for this team. So it's just a great game to watch right now, because as you know, like, we have been very up and down this season. Our form has actually been loss win, and we're gonna have to go start picking up a few wins in a row, because we don't want to be an inconsistent team. And hopefully we can get it done against a very top tier team in the Boston Celtics, who are rolling right now. 5-3, have just beaten the Toronto Raptors. And in that game, Jason Tatum had his career high 40 points, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, man, the Boston Celtics have shown that they can they have inserted a rookie into their bench unit, and he has been contributing. Peyton Pritchard. They're a very good team, Boston. We all know they're a very well-rounded team, and we know that they're gonna fight. As far as what the injuries are, Mo Harkless for the Miami Heat is questionable. As you guys know, if you guys were watching the game against the Thunder, Mo Harkless was trying to close out on Isaiah Roby's 3-point shot, and he ended up falling pretty hard on his forearm, and he was kind of grimacing and holding that for the rest of the game. So it's going to be interesting to see if he plays. For the Celtics, obviously Marcus Smart and Jeff Teague are questionable. They did not play against the Raptors, and the Celtics still won, which shows you how good the Celtics are, beating a great team like the Raptors, even with their recent struggles. Obviously, Kemba Walker and Romeo Langford have been out for the entire season. I don't think they have played a single game. Kemba Walker hasn't. I don't know about Romeo Langford. He might have. But yeah, the Celtics have a lot of injuries. So, I mean, there's no excuse for us not to win this game, even though it is the Celtics. It's very, it's quite shorthanded, especially if Marcus Smart and Jeff Teague do not play. I think we have to win this game. We have to take advantage of that opportunity, because we do play the Celtics again on the 9th, 10th, the 10th. So the Sunday, this coming Sunday, we play the Celtics again. So and by that time, they might have had some of their team come back from injury, and they might have refilled their ammunition. So we have to take advantage of this moment and try to beat them without some of their key players like Kemba Walker, Romeo Langford, Marcus Smart, and Jeff Teague potentially all missing the game. The Celtics stats so far in the season, they have been an above average offense, 11th in the NBA. 11th in the NBA, but their defense has been, where they have been elite, second. And this is where we have to do a great job of not turning the ball over, and making sure that we stay disciplined with the ball, because the Celtics are a great team, and if we, a great defensive team, and if we turn the ball over, they're going to make us pay. They're very good at shooting the ball, 5th in the NBA in effective field goal percentage, but they are also prone to turning the ball over, like us, bottom 10 in the NBA in turning the ball over. And we're going to have to make sure that we force a lot of these turnovers, because we have been turning the ball over at the start of the season, but we've also been forcing a few turnovers as well. The Celtics are not a great rebounding or a passing team. They rank 19th in both of these categories, so I think we can exploit these disadvantages that the Celtics have, especially with my player to look out for, which is Bam Adebayo. Now Bam, as we know, in the playoffs against the Celtics, he dominated. He had, he was definitely our best player in that series. He was probably the best player in the entire on the floor in the entire series across both teams. he was doing a really good job, manhandling whoever was trying to guard him, because the Celtics didn't really have anyone that they could put on him that they could stop Bam, because Bam is just a force. And I mean, the Celtics' weak spot is still their center position, and having a guy like Tristan Thompson and Daniel Tice, I think Bam can feast in there, because I don't think any of them are capable enough of stopping Bam. So I'm predicting for Bam to have a great game like he has done against the Celtics recently, because of the Celtics' lack of centers, or lack of above average centers, and lack of defensive capable centers. So Bam will have to feast on the glass, especially against the Celtics team that has not figured out how to stop him. The Celtics starting lineup will probably be either Marcus Smart or Tremont Waters, depending on whether Marcus Smart plays or not, and then Jaylen Brown at the 2, Jason Tatum at the 3, Tristan Thompson and Daniel Tice. They're on a 2-center lineup, similar to how we have just ran Kelly Olynyk and Bam. So I think we should match up pretty well with them. Kelly Olynyk will stretch out, one of the bigs, and Bam will be inside dominating the other. So it's not like 2 bigs will be inside trying to stop Bam, because one of them will have to be aware of the 3, because Kelly Olynyk will be on the floor. I'm assuming that he is gonna start Kelly Olynyk, because we just won the game where he just started. So that's why I'm assuming one of Tristan Thompson or Tice will be guarding Bam, and the other one will be guarding Kelly, which leaves Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown to be guarding Jimmy Butler. I'm gonna go with Jason Tatum versus Jimmy Butler as my marquee matchup. Both of them are they're the best players on their teams respectively. Jimmy has shown that he could bounce back from his ankle injury, whatever. He looked pretty good against the Thunder in his limited minutes, because we didn't even have to play him in the fourth quarter, or I don't even think we played him in the third quarter that much either. But he's gonna definitely play a lot more in this game, because the Celtics are a lot better team than the Thunder are. No disrespect to the Thunder, but that's just how it is. Jason Tatum has been on a tear recently, man. If he just put up 40 against the Raptors, it's gonna be tough to stop Tatum. But we have shown that we can give the Celtics problem with our zone defense. The Celtics don't really have anyone that can break our zone. I think the key to beating the Celtics is this zone defense. Losing Hayward was a really big piece for the Celtics. I don't think a lot of Celtics fans realize that, because when we were running the zone, the only player that I was afraid of breaking that zone was Gordon Hayward, because he was the only one that had the playmaking vision to break the zone. If we run that zone against the Celtics, I guarantee you we'll be causing them some problems, because you can have the tactics or the strategy to break the zone, but if you don't have the personnel, then it's going to be really tough. And I don't think the Celtics have any great passers on their team. As I told you, they are 19th in passing right now. So if we run that zone against Tatum, Brown, we should be able to keep them a little bit quiet. And I think that we've seen that the zone has caused the Celtics a lot of problems. In the playoffs, we were running the zone a lot. That was our go-to move against the Celtics, the zone. And we don't have the athletic defenders, as many athletic defenders like Jay Crowder and Derrick Jones Jr. anymore. But I think Mo Harkless, he hasn't been playing well, but if he plays tonight, he'll be pretty key in this zone, because our zone is basically 2 athletic forwards at the top, the 2 defensive liabilities, for lack of a better term, below them, guarding the corner and the wing, and Bam in the middle, a center, Bam, Precious, whoever it is. Now, in our starting lineup, it'll probably be Jimmy and Tyler at the top, and then Olynyk and Duncan at the wings, and then Bam in the middle, because we are missing that third athletic defender. So Tyler's gonna have to be that guy with Jimmy at the top of the zone trying to cause havoc. Even though Tyler's not the greatest defender, he's better than Kelly and Duncan in my opinion. And off the bench, we have guys like Avery Bradley, we have guys like KZ, we have guys like Precious, we have guys like Mo Harkless if he plays, Andre Iguodala, guys that can all play the zone defense effectively, because they're all above average defenders. Even a guy like Kendrick Nunn, who's not the best defender, but he's not a liability. So yeah, I think if we run the zone well, we will be in a great position to beat the Celtics, because the Celtics, as we saw last year, are not that great at breaking the zone. So that's why my prediction is that the Heat will win in a close game, due to how we have stopped the Celtics in the past, and how I don't think the Celtics have gotten better at figuring out our zone defense. So yeah, man, let me know down below in the comments what your score predictions are. It's gonna be a great game. Just to let you guys know, I'm not gonna be doing a preview for the other Celtics game because it's very close by. But if something like drastic happens, then I might have to. I will be doing match reactions though for both games. And yeah, man, it's gonna be a great game. It's gonna be a cracker of a game. 7:30 tonight Eastern time. Make sure you guys tune in and tune into my reaction that I release tomorrow. So as usual, make sure you guys leave a like and subscribe, and comment down below what your score predictions are. We are very close to 250 subscribers. Let's hit that mark this week, guys. Let's hit that mark this week. As I've been doing the recent videos, I'm gonna be leaving my Twitter and my podcast down below. Obviously, for my Twitter, I'm gonna be tweeting updates in the game, my thoughts as the game is progressing. And my podcast is just something that I've started with my friends, just talking about NBA in general, not just the Miami Heat, because I am a basketball fan before a Heat fan. So if you guys want to check that out, please, I encourage you to. It's in the description. I'll see you guys later. Peace.